September 27th, 2020, 1:48 p.m. Pacific. Just, I felt to feel into this this dark feminine, this hiding. And then this releasing and this welcoming. Ahashana Atene Shimone Ahatana. It's as if I understand your pain, your suffering. I understand how challenging and difficult that must be to process through. Ahashana Ashemone Asheni. And I just want to be here with you in this moment while you process through your pain. Ahashana Ashemone Asheni Asheni. So you know you're not alone. Hatana Asheni Atune Ahatana. So you know you're not alone. It's almost this recognition of soul, like this understanding of soul connection and what it really means. And he hadn't really thought of it like that before. That it's not some kind of, magical woo-woo thing. It's real and it's legitimate. Ahashana Ashemone Asheni. Almost this recognition of where we're going. Ahashana Ashene Atemone Ahatana Ashene Ashene. This recognition of where we've been and where we're headed. Again, these horizons, these new horizons. Ahashana Ashemone Ashene Atemone. So this transmission of this clarity and these new horizons. Ahashana Ashemone Ashene Ashene Atene Atemone Ahatana. And then I receive in this, reconnection to the sacred sisterhood. Ahatana Ashemone Ashene Ashene. So this greater welcoming in of the beloved. Ahashana Ashemone Atene Atene. It's like, come in, there's space for you. We have healing work to do. Ahashana Ashemone Ahatana Ashene Ashene. We have things to heal from. Ahatana Ashemone Ashene. We have wounds to validate. Ahashana Ashemone Ashene Ashene. Understanding to come to. Ahashana Ashemone Ashene Ashene. And then through that understanding, that ability to really nurture one another. Ahatana Ashemone Ashene. To be in true relationship with one another. Ahashana Ashemone Ashene Ashene. Ahatana. To be in true relationship. To be in conscious connection to that I feel it as this like higher space. Ahashana Ashemone Ashene. It's almost like it's this gift of the divine masculine. It's something that has been hidden or he's been hiding. it reminds me of when we talk about, the twin, and it not just being about, and it's not just being about the twin. Shana Ashimoni, that there is like this, right? It's meant to be within the all. Ahatana Ashimone Ashini. This ability to connect, and yet through that opening, it's all falls into right relationship naturally. Ahashana Ashimone, Ahatana Ashine Ashimone. So this this firing, right? This firing of this new. Ahashana Ashimone, Ahatana Ashine Atene Atemone Hatana. This like correction, like providing the correction, providing the adjustment. Ahatana Ashimone Atene Atene. Yeah. So, I don't know where I want to go here. Oh, this transference of this to the divine masculine, really, this full awareness, like this full capacity to truly facilitate, I feel, this these inner connections. Ahashana Ashimone Ahatana. So the reconnection to one's gifts, to one's abilities, to one's really recognizing one's way out. Ahashana Ashimone Atene Ashini. And it all just, happening naturally. Ahatana Ashimone Ashini. However it is intended to unfold. So truly releasing any, I get a lot of this like, well, we're really intended to stay pure. So this, again, just this staying within the energies. Ahashana Ashimone Atene Ashini Ashini Ashini. So this staying with the energies. Ahashana Ashimone Ashini, and just allowing all to, I get the words will be reflected back to the divine masculine. So this just allowance of this connection to unfold, the allowance of this to be free, to be, and then I get the word like unearned. Like this is, yes, this is like, this is a gift, right? This is a gift. I trust, right? I trust because this is meant to be real, right? This is meant to be realized, one could say. And so it's this, right, it's this true feminine, feminine principle. It's this true being, right? This true giving, this true ability to, just be at peace within oneself, to be within one's own honoring, one's own grace. I get, to just be that divine fulfillment, right? Be that divine fulfillment. To allow all to come together as it's intended to, within the pairing. Ahashana, ashemone, ashene, ashene. So this right, this coming together now. Ahatana, ashene, attemone. This already having gotten to this point. Asha'ana, attemone, ashene, ashene. It's really this deep this union, ahatana, this divine masculine, being in his core union, being within the union, being within himself, really being within his truth, his knowing, and in turn it's almost this gifting of, it's like the gift to the goddess, right? It's the gift to oneself, really, as the goddess, that the goddess creates, right? The goddess creates this container, the goddess creates the sacred container, and she holds this potential within her energy field. Ahashana, ashemone, ahatana, ashene, ashene, ashene. So as she holds this potential in her energy field, she also, creates that potential within the within the physical for that return, right? Ahashana, ashemone, ashene, ashene. So that honoring of the goddess, but she is the goddess irregardless of whether or not she is being honored. She is still the goddess. Ahashana, ashemone. So it's never, attaching to the specific outcome as the goddess. It is always the recognition of the goddess within. And also that feminine principle, that ever-evolving, right? That ever-evolving, that ability to hold that container, within that, that evolution, that allowance, that allowing things to unfold. Ahashana, ashemone, ashene, but always within one's power. Ahatana, never giving away one's power to this, to something that is, then I get not earned. Ahashana, ashemone, ashene, ashene, ashene. So it's like this dance, really, this frequency matching. Ahashana, ashemone, ashene. So again, and then that comes back to this trusting in one's own, this trusting in this one's source, right? One's source, knowing one's connection to this, always this higher potential. Ahashana, ashemone, ashene, ashene. And trusting that, right? Trusting that guidance within oneself. Ahashana, ashemone, ashene, ashene, ashene. So it's this building of trust within, one's capacity, one's ability, one's energy field, one's source field. And also within that, it's building this, establishing this also within, right, the union, within the pairing, within the whole, within the all. It's almost as if it's this, it's really this like the reclamation of the divine covenant, one could say. It's that it's that reestablishment, that reconnection to source. It, reminds me of like in the Bible, you have Noah's Ark and you have that covenant, right? That covenant that gets established. It's that trust, right? It's that trust in that, and that what you are receiving is serving a purpose, right? Ahashana, ashemone, ashini. It's leading you somewhere. It's leading you somewhere good. And then I'm like seeing this like and good, I don't mean like good bad type thing. It's just leading you to this new space, right? It's leading you to this new to this where all comes together and all makes sense. It reminds me of the movie Field of Dreams. Like, if you build it, he will come. This man keeps getting these messages. Right? I've used these in my activations before, but this man, he keeps getting messages, and he's sent here, and then, and then all of a sudden, like, oh, his wife has a dream, and the dreams are the same, and it's like, and so people start believing because each is having their own, you could say, individual experience or their own individual connection, and it's like they're, rather than just, it's like they're actually sharing, that vulnerability, you could say, or they're sharing that. And so through that sharing is when that we all connect, right? That's when it all starts to connect, and everything starts to make sense, and everything starts to happen. It's like that, right? It's that shift. Right? It's that shift, and that and then that movement forward. Ahashana, ashemone, ashine, ashine. It's like really truly allowing oneself to be vulnerable, allowing oneself to be seen, allowing oneself to be heard, allowing oneself to be felt deeply. Ahashana, ashemone, ashine. And no longer being in like fear of that connection. Feeling secure in that connection, feeling secure in oneself. Right, one's connection to source, one's own internal beloved, the feeling, right, the feeling body, not the ego, right, not what may be being projected, because that's just stuff. All of that's just stuff based on a whole bunch of other stuff. It's just stuff. But when you trust in that inner connection, and you trust in that, the truth, on a deeper level, and you hold that deep, 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 deep heart connection to, another, right? This is the really deep work. Right? It's that ability to truly hold that space of love and compassion and understanding, and yet truly being in one's strength. Right? I have written down over here to love without fear, to express without doubt, to be without need. And this is divine fulfillment. And that doesn't mean that we don't need. It doesn't mean we don't have these needs that we are fulfilling. It's just that we because we understand, because we are within that divine fulfillment, right? And we are within that alignment, and we are allowing ourselves to be within this space and allow ourselves to receive in that, to receive it in to ourselves. It's like this letting down of one's guard, but it's this true ability by it's when we reach that potential. When we reach that potential, when we are able to receive that, when we reach that potential for divine fulfillment, because we have walked the path, because we have done the work, because we have done the inner work, because we have allowed ourselves to grow and expand, and to truly be, within our own essence and our own essence being, really, like, just and being okay with that, like truly being okay with that, to just be within that, right? To just be within that space. And that brings in a lot of, a lot of stuff. When we are able to be within that, we're able to be within that unfolding. We're able to stay within that energy, right? We're able to stay within that divine fulfillment. And we're able to continue to manifest from that space, right? Of that, okay, like no more regressing is what I receive. Ahashana, ashemone, asheni. So this truly passing the threshold, right? And getting to the other side of things, so to say. Ahashana, ashemone, atene, akemone, ahatana. Sorry, I was just reading something. So this, I get the words now, like allowing something to work for you, allowing things to work for you, really, and not against you. Ahashana, ashemone, asheni, atini. And the recognition of that, like where this is a gift, like where you are receiving a gift. See, where you are not in recognition of where you are receiving a gift is because you are still holding a lower stance, so to say. You are, I almost see it as this, like, and I just mean you, I mean in the sense of one, whomever, this, because I'm shown like this pouting here. Like where the feminine is in this pouting, ahashana, ashemone, ashini, almost like not getting what she wants. Ahashana, ashemone, ashini, atene, and yet, to another feminine, right? This may be that alchemical gold, and then it's like this, release off of, right, that old feminine tone, right, that may pull you in, one could say, like pull you into that, really it's this emotional maturity, it's this emotional immaturity. It's really the inability for that aspect of the feminine to come to terms with her own grief, is what I receive. Okay, yeah. So where, like, she's unable to, it's almost like she's holding on to something she wants and she's not getting it. And but what she wants, see, is well, you could say it's not the way to attain it. Number one, you don't get what you want that way, and it just doesn't work like that. You don't pouch your way into receiving divine fulfillment. You don't because it's manipulation. It's emotional manipulation. So you don't emotionally manipulate your way into getting what you want, because and then it's that sympathetic response, right? Let's say by the that action, right? Like the action the masculine takes. Okay, so what is that action, right? And then see the now let's look at that. because then what will happen is that wounded feminine, right? Because that's a wounded feminine aspect that's fragmented, right? She is not recognized her own power, one could say, right? To release that attachment I get. Ahashana, Ashemone, Ashini. So what happens is this, then there's this abandonment triggering, let's say, right? The abandonment triggering, but it occurs on both sides. It's abandonment programming, really. It's when we're looking at it as a program, it's as if, okay, so let's say the masculine does not want to perhaps allow for this healing to occur within this abandonment, and so they comfort rather than recognizing this as a program, right? And taking that step back, because it's all manipulation, right? It's this like it's this vie for attention, right? How do I get my needs met? And then there's this, right, and it's not just that, like, it's everything that leads up to it, too. How do I get my needs met? How do I get my needs met in this situation? Or how do I, right, also run away from being held accountable to myself? That's another way that it can also play itself out. So it's like you could say it's okay, I'm just going to steer something in this direction, right? I'm going to play the victim. And if I play the victim, then, right, but it's like there's always this feeling on the other side, well, it's like a loss, right? It's like a feeling like, oh my God, here we go again. Are we really playing this game again? And that's just how it, kind of, at least for me energetically, that's how it's kind of played itself out. Like, are we really going down this road again? Are we really doing this again? And finally, it's just this, no, we're not. Right, we're not. It's that. And it is that recognition of the we within that. Within any dynamic, right? Within your power. Your power to say, okay, we're not going to restart the cycle. We're not going to reinitiate the pain. Right? We're not going to go back to that old way of relating, you could say. Because it doesn't serve anyone. And we're moving past that now, right? We don't need that anymore. Now that we've established this right relationship, it's that. Right? How we are to be in relationship, right? How we are to be within union, how we are to be, at this time. I get the words right now. It's just really cutting all the crap out. Like, nip it in the bud. I had gotten the term, and I don't know if I did this on my last video, because I recorded a bunch of stuff, but I'm just I'm not feeling to share it. It's this grabbing a bull by its horns. Just grabbing a bull by its horns and connecting. You know, and I get this. It's like, it's the ability to really like, yeah, grab a bull by its horns, like look them in the eyes, right? And I imagine that's how like bullfighting would be, because it would be this connection between the two. There's this dance, right? There's this connection. And it's like, almost like a, yeah. It's, yeah. Now I can kind of see it form. That soul connection, and then that really just physically manifesting it all. However it is expressed, because it's an expression that comes through. It really is. It's just an expression that comes through. It's not something that one can fake, or something that one can force, or pretend their way through. It's just like, it's either there or it's not, and if it's not there, it's done. You know, it's almost like this looking to see, right, if it's there. And then, okay, it's not. And then it's done. Almost like just to see if there's an ability to shift or not. Yeah, because it still, and that determines kind of things. It determines the direction of things. Just where everybody's kind of at. I feel it's just kind of like a, where is everybody at, and where do we go from here? How do we move forward from here, no matter where we are at, is what I receive. Almost just like it's this greater choice point too, I feel. But it's like an initiation. It's like an initiatory or initiation, or a initiation of that, which is to occur. I don't even know what to call this. Field work. Right, so it's field work, union field work. And as I sit here, it's almost like this calibration between, the pairings like this. Well, it's this field calibration between, but see, it in and of itself is what brings about all other things. This right relationship is what I receive. So it's like it's held within the inner, right? That inner connection, right? That inner connection, that inner um, space. It's really just it's that space, right? It's that space that you claim. It's the space you claim that you step into, right? Without fear, without doubt, without need. Because it just is, right? It's just who you are. It's just your space. Right? It is your space. It is your space to claim, and it's that. So yeah, it's just like this full like claiming of your space within your within your body, because it's this like full reclamation of self where it's completely attuned to one's own awareness, you could say, on some level. One's power, one's ability, one's ability to choose, one's ability to recognize, one's ability to fulfill, uplift, whatever it may be. Right, you could say however we choose to engage. And it's like really getting in there, getting in deep, really, really, really getting this stuff out. And just, really allowing it to come out. Allowing it to come out and being in your sacred feminine empowerment and like getting it done. Like, nope. This is done. These programs have got to stop, right? It's really just reclaiming our voices, reclaiming our power, reclaiming our space. Ashana ashemone atene ashe. As the ones who create change, who create movement. Create movement. Being the one. Being the one, really. Stepping into that space. Stepping into that space, embodying that space. Truly being the one. Recognizing the unconditional love within that all, and you could say the redemption of, humanity, I get. But it's really just this divine fulfillment. It's this reclamation. It's this rising. So I feel like I'm going to leave there. And wishing you well. Till next time, toodaloo.